5 matches, 5 focus predictions, and each one backed by tactical logic, team form patterns, and realistic scoreline expectations. In this video, we break down every match in detail, not just the prediction, but the reasoning behind it. If you're looking for structured football analysis instead of random guessing, this is the breakdown built for you. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is where we analyze football matches with proper reasoning, looking at how teams play, what patterns repeat, and which outcomes are most likely based on the way the game is expected to unfold, not just the league table or recent hype. We have 5 matches today, each with the most likely correct score, plus an additional support prediction like win or draw, halftime result, over goals, or both teams to score. Same format as always, clear analysis, no player names, no dates, and no unnecessary details. Let's jump straight into the first match. Match 1, Salernitana vs Crotone. This match features two sides that are usually competitive but not high-scoring. Salernitana at home tend to play with a compact structure, relying more on defensive control than high-tempo attacking football. Their matches usually stay low-scoring, especially when facing teams in similar strength range. Crotone, on the other hand, are not a high-conversion attacking side. They may have possession phases but rarely turn them into multiple goals away from home. They prefer counter-attacking situations but struggle to break teams that sit deep and defend in numbers. Because both sides lack attacking consistency, this match strongly leans toward a narrow result rather than an open game. Salernitana have the stronger home advantage and defensive record, which gives them an edge, but not enough certainty to predict a straight win without a backup. That's why the safest angle here is Salernitana win or draw, with the most realistic correct score being a tight 1-0 result decided by a single moment, likely in the second half. Correct score prediction, 1-0. Main market prediction, Salernitana win or draw. Moving on to the next match. Match 2, Burgos vs Castellón. This match is built around defensive structure. Burgos are one of the most low-scoring and defensively disciplined home sides in their league. They rarely concede early, and most of their matches are locked in at 0-0 or 1-0 at halftime, especially when facing teams that don't play high-risk attacking football. Castellón are not a high-tempo attacking side either. They tend to settle into games slowly and focus more on defensive stability than early goals. Away from home, they often try to control the rhythm rather than open the game up. The biggest statistical trend here is the halftime pattern. Burgos have a very high rate of first-half draws, and Castellón rarely score early when playing away. That makes the halftime prediction of 0-0 extremely realistic. As for the full-time result, Burgos have stronger consistency and a home advantage that helps them avoid defeat in these tactical, slow-paced fixtures. So the safest full-time prediction is Burgos win or draw, supported by an expected late goal rather than an early one. Half-time correct score prediction, 0-0. Main market prediction, Burgos win or draw. Moving on to the next match. Match 3, Cheltenham vs Notts County. This is a match where the attacking styles of both teams make the prediction clearer than the final scoreline might suggest. Cheltenham are usually better defensively at home, but they still concede goals because they don't control possession long enough to shut matches down. Notts County, meanwhile, are one of the most open and attack-focused teams in their league. They score often, but they also concede regularly. Their style forces both sides to get chances because they don't play low blocks, they push forward and leave space behind them. This matchup almost always leans toward both teams scoring because neither side is built to defend 90 minutes without mistakes. Even if the game starts slow, one goal usually forces a response. The correct score prediction here is a balanced 1-1 draw, but the key market isn't the winner, it's the goal expectation. Correct score prediction, 1-1. Main market prediction, both teams to score, yes. Match for América de Cali vs U Magdalena. This match offers a clearer separation in quality. América de Cali are a strong home side that control possession and create chances consistently, especially when playing against teams from the lower half of the table. Their goals aren't always high in volume, but they win most matches where they score first. U Magdalena are the opposite. They struggle away from home, concede often, and don't have the midfield structure required to shut down opponents with faster transitions. Their best chances usually come from counterattacks or set pieces, not open play. The most likely match pattern is America de Cali taking control early, especially through pressure and territorial control. U Magdalena may respond with a goal because America de Cali sometimes leave space when leading, but the home side still have the scoring edge. The game doesn't need to turn into a high-scoring match, just 2 goals before the result locks in is enough to cover the market. Correct score prediction, 2-1. Main market prediction, over 1.5 goals. Match 5, Flamengo vs Santos. Flamengo at home are one of the most dominant possession teams in the league. They keep the ball, play a structured high-pressing game, and force opponents into deep defensive positions. They don't always score early, but they create consistent pressure and eventually break through. Santos struggle heavily away from home, especially against teams that control the tempo and limit counterattacks. They concede more goals than they score, and they don't have the attacking consistency needed to challenge a team like Flamengo. Over 90 minutes. The match leans heavily in Flamengo's favor for 2 reasons. 1. Home dominance in possession and territory. 2. Santos' poor defensive record away from home. A 2-0 result fits Flamengo's typical home performance template, not an explosive scoreline, but a controlled win where Flamengo lead, manage the game, and finish without conceding. Correct score prediction, 2-0. Main result prediction, Flamengo win. So those are the 5 matches broken down through style, trends, and realistic scorelines, not random guesswork. Here is the recap. Salernitana vs Crotone, 1-0, Salernitana win or draw. Burgos vs Castellón, HT 0-0, Burgos win or draw. Cheltenham vs Notts County, 1-1, both teams to score, yes. America de Cali vs U Magdalena, 2-1, over 1.5 goals. Flamengo vs Santos, 2-0, Flamengo win. If you want more breakdowns like this every week, make sure to subscribe and like the video. The more support these videos get, the more predictions we can post, and the earlier we can drop them before the match days. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next prediction video.